Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video. Very strange place to start this video, but I wanted to show this van in the first part of the video. Last night it got super late and I couldn't actually start the video of the new build, but I wanted to show this one first because, surprise surprise, we've got another one. Very similar reg actually, but slightly different on the end, and again pretty much the same scenario. I was told he was using it up until last week, the driver, when he actually never broke down in it, but it would not start when he got in it. So we just don't know what's wrong with it, but we've got up there, got in it, the battery's dead, so we're going to have to start from the beginning where we did with the other one. Chris is going to jump up there, whip the battery off. I've just opened the bonnet, I'm going to jump up there. It's got a brand new Bosch battery on it. We don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we're going to whip it off, get that charged, and then go from there. We always say when we buy these and we look, worst way it's going to be an engine. So we're just going to roll with it, charge the battery, and see what we can come up with. Changing the battery, I'm going to explain. We don't always want two of the same thing at the same time, but there is one really good reason that we bought this van. Now the other one was cheap, but this one was even cheaper. We give £1,000 for this van, and I bought it over the phone without looking at it. I said, yeah, we'll have it. And it is another crew van. Let's get that battery charged up and see what's wrong with it. We've chucked the battery on charge. It is taking a good charge, so we're a bit lucky there. We haven't got to buy a battery. We're going to pull the truck out, get it unloaded, get that battery back on it, and then pick up from there. That's the battery back on, and we've got full power inside the cab, but Chris is sitting in there now flicking the key on and off, and there's just no crank. The start motor, you can hear it there, it's just clicking. So what we've decided to do, we have put the towing eye in it out of the other van. We've got a bit of rope here that it come with, but it was actually around one of the lower arms. We're going to stick it on the back of Chris's truck and actually give it a good pull around the yard and see if we can get it to fire up. We'd love to know what the engine sounds like, what the gearbox is like, the clutch, etc. Just go through the motions with it. I've been reading online, because of the other one, I started researching online about these vans, and quite a few of these 1300s, they do say it's glow plugs or it is injectors, and they're both quite common faults and very simple to do. The other thing I did want to mention, I know that I got back to quite a lot of people in the video regarding these vans in particular. People were saying, I bet there's no GM products on it and things like that. But what we do know is these vans are actually a badged Fiat Doblo. So everything on this van is Fiat Doblo, apart from those Vauxhall badges, and they are identical. There's just no differences. Not on the outside anyway. On the inside, I don't actually know, because I've not seen one of the Fiat Doblos inside, but apparently these are identical. You can see it's got Vauxhall badges on it everywhere, but they're meant to be the same. So we're going to get Chris's truck round, hook it on the back, and because we're in the yard, I can probably hold the phone up and we give it a bit of a tow and put it in gear and see where we get with that. All hooked up. I've got a bit of time lapse set up at the other end of the yard, but I'm going to try and film as much as I can. It has done a few miles, this one. Let's just watch that camera. 143,000, but look at the diesel. We do like a full tank. Right, tell Chris to go. It's going to be a little bit awkward here, guys, because I'm Oh, that's fired up. That was quick. It's fired straight up. Must be the starter. Where they've tried starting it, they've just wound it and burnt it out.
What's the result?
Hold that camera, I'm just going to give that a rev. Chris, you got that?
That sounds wrong.
We'll buy a few more of those. We'll have a few more of these. I like that. Let's get that rope off and have a little drive in it. To have that luck on every car, but it is looking like it is just a starter motor. Chris just said check, see if it's taxed and MOT'd. I'll just check that. I'll put a screenshot in now. He said let's take it out on the road, do a road test, see what it drives like, try and get it up to temperature. Oh, look what Chris has just found up above the headrest there. All the paperwork for it, all the service history. Let's get it out on the road and see what it drives like. We brought it out for a drive. We've got it right up to temperature. I've turned the lights on and the mileage is flashing, and it said daytime running lights, check daytime running lights. So we're going to have a bulb gone or a fault there, and possibly that proxy alignment to do. But we got it up to temperature and it drives really, really nice actually. There's no wobbling. You let the steering wheel go, it stays in a straight line. Really, really nice little thing. We're probably going to have to do starter motor and look in and make sure once we get the starter motor fitted whether it needs anything else. Like I said, I've been reading into these, and when they have done a few miles they start wanting glow plugs, injectors and things like that. But as usual, me and Chris will be going through the motions with it. But to pick it up last night and to have it running, and we're actually out now driving in it, I can't believe it. I thought it's going to be fit a starter motor, and Chris said let's hook a rope on it and give it a try. If this didn't have a starter motor gone, it's got a full tank of diesel, I think I'll be running around in it for the rest of the weekend, just so that I'm using some of that up before it goes. Mate, honestly I can't fault it. Hopefully it is just a starter motor. I've just noticed as well it's got aircon in it, and I looked this morning, the other one has as well, and Chris just said what's the brakes like, and I only tapped them and the brakes on it are brilliant. Let's head back to the yard and do a little walk around it. I've honestly not stopped smiling since we snatched that and it started up. This is what really makes things nice. When things like this happen, it just makes our life a lot easier, and now it is a runner. It's just fantastic news. Of course we'll be getting a starter motor for it, getting that chucked on and putting that on, making sure there's nothing else wrong with it, and going through and giving it a good clean up. It has done a few miles, but me and Chris just said I'll move on to the inside in a minute. It hasn't done that mileage hard. The van has been really looked after. It's actually probably the best one that we've had from there condition wise. Someone has treated it like it's their own vehicle, kept it clean, tidy and bright inside and out. It's really not that bad. Quite a lot of you mentioned these yellow stripes and said they got to go. Of course we will be removing those off of both vans, but there's no digs around it anywhere. There's no rot, no scratches. It really has been kept nice, and it is in lovely condition. This one has also got that nice LED wobbly light on the roof, and Chris already took the last one for his truck, so I think I'll have that one for my truck. Let's go in and have a look inside. See in the back, I mean it is a van, it does want a good hoover out and a clean, but it's not bad. It's just a bit of dust. It has got all the roof lining all the way through it as well, which I've not seen in a van before. That must be a crew cab van thing. Little 12 volt supply in the back there. Oh, sorry, I was going to say, in the back there, we found that, innit? Nice new mask there, all sealed up in a bag, and I was due a new one, so that's handy. The seats, compared to the other one's not bad either, but they are quite nice. They're in really nice condition. I don't really think it's had many people in the back of it. And again, in the front, apart from a little over out and a wipe over, it's really not bad at all. I did turn the aircon on while we was out, and it blows ice cold. So I think that this is going to be a quick little turnaround van. And quite frankly, I couldn't be happier. This doesn't happen very often, but when it does, how lovely it is. You have a bit of luck like that, and when you do get a little bit of a touch, it really does make you feel good. And knowing that this is going to be a reasonably quick turnaround, and I already said earlier in the video, we paid £1,000, a grand note for a van like this. It's very, very cheap, and straight away hearing it run, your eyes light up because you know that you've got a profit to come, and it's nowhere near as bad as it possibly could have been. So we're really happy with it. As soon as we get 5 minutes, we go through the motions with this one. First port of call, obviously, get a starter motor fitted on it, make sure that it all starts up all right, and then it really doesn't need that much of a clean. It is something that we can do in a couple of hours. Give it a wash, get the stickers off, polish it, and clean it out. You don't need me to tell you, you've seen us do it quite a few times. So I'm hopefully going to continue smiling about this for the rest of the weekend. That is going to be the end of today's another extra video for you. Like I said, we got so much on at the moment. If we've got it, why hold it back? You know, it'll end up being out of order to another video. It'll end up, we'll put a video out and then it'll be seen in one of the videos, and we don't want to keep anything. You know, if we've got it coming in, then so be it. We're going to put it out and you're going to see it straight away. So as usual, if you do enjoy this, please do give us a thumbs up, and I'd really like to hear your thoughts on this one in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram, where we put little sneak peeks out throughout the day at Salvage Rebuilds. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you next week in the next one.